with it? I didn't see Joyce at first. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to call the meeting to order for our October 27th regular meeting. Roll call. Dr. Johnson?
Present.
Mr. Kitchen? Ms. Banks? Ms. Copeland?
Present.
Mr. Mapplemore?
Present.
And Mr. Grizzard is absent, and I am here as well. Ladies and gentlemen, if you'll please turn off your cell phones and stand and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We don't have anybody signed up for citizens' time tonight, which surprised me when I saw the big crowd, but I think I know why they're here. I'd like to have a motion to accept the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Take a vote. Dr. Johnson, to start.
Aye.
Aye.
And aye. And remind council members to key their mic when they vote. Approval of the minutes. In a motion, please.
So moved. Second.
A motion, second. Any discussion? Being none, except to take a vote. Dr. Johnson?
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much. Motion carries. On the regular agenda, we start this evening with item number 2025-82, a resolution recognizing and honoring Ms. Joyce Johnson for her 40 years of service. Mr. McLemore?
Would you like to come up yet for it, or
I will
want me
as
to
soon as
just
we
read
vote.
it?
Yeah.
Okay. Resolution recognizing and honoring Mrs. Joyce Johnson for 40 years of service. Whereas Mrs. Joyce Johnson began her illustrious career with the Franklin City Department of Treasurer's Office in 1985, starting as an account clerk, 1. And whereas through her unwavering dedication and commitment to service, Joyce advanced within the department, achieving the titles of Secretary 2 in 1987, Account Clerk 2, Utility Billing Clerk, and whereas she was promoted to Utility Billing Supervisor in 2013, where she served with diligence and dedication for the next 12 years, consistently demonstrating her leadership abilities. And whereas Joyce was honored as a City Employee of the Year in 2019, a testament to her exemplary work ethic and dedication to her role. And whereas Joyce Johnson's 40 years of dedicated service has been characterized by patience, commitment, and excellence, and unwavering sense of duty. And now, therefore, be it resolved that the City Council of Franklin does hereby honor and commend Joyce Johnson for her remarkable contributions and steadfast service to this community. Be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution be presented to Joyce Johnson as a token of our deep appreciation for her outstanding dedication and service, inspiring both colleagues and citizens alike. Passed and adopted this 27th day of October, 2025. Signed by the mayor of the city. Attested by the clerk of this council.
Sorry. May I have a motion to accept the resolution?
Second.
I have a motion second. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll take the vote. Dr. Johnson?
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
And unanimously aye. Ms. Johnson, now I'd like for you to come forward, please, so I can present this to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We also have a special time. We have several other resolutions on the docket. We have one that doesn't need to be read, I don't think, unless somebody wants to be read, to accept a grant for $150,000 and appropriate the said grant to the E911 communication budget for the purpose of upgrading the communication center in conjunction with the existing radio project. And there's no match for this grant. Do I have a motion to accept that?
So moved.
Okay, we have two. I'll take your second. Okay, I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Any discussion? There being no discussion, start with Dr. Johnson.
Aye.
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 And aye. Thank you so much. Ms. Saunders, do you want to make a comment on the next one, the number 81?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Item 2025-81 is a resolution to increase the FY 2026 school funding for Franklin Public Schools. This is funding that I believe was appropriated in the fiscal year 2025 state budget that is carrying forward to the FY 26 budget for the purpose of teacher bonuses. That was the authorization under the state code for this additional funding, and once it's accepted and appropriated to schools, schools would move forward with issuing bonuses to teachers.
I believe they've already gotten the bonuses, but yeah, they've already gotten the bonuses, but this is the state paying the money back to the school system through us. Do I have a motion to accept?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Have any discussion? Being none, I'll start with Dr. Johnson.
Aye. Mayor, which one are you on, 80 or 81?
81.
Nay.
Aye.
Aye.
And aye. Thank you very much. Motion carries. Item number 83, appointment to the school board. It's time for would normally be a time for a vote, and I guess that's where we're going to go, but I've wanted to express Mr. Grizzard's regrets for not being able to be here tonight. He had a medical issue with his mother-in-law out of town, and he's once again unable to be here. He and I spoke earlier this evening, and we would really like to see us come to a better consensus to possibly have a motion to curtail what we've been working on and start from scratch where we can come together and maybe come together with a consensus person we can agree on for both sides. I'd like to make a motion to that effect, that we cancel what we've been working on and start from scratch. Do I have a second? Okay. Being no second, we'll go to the vote.
I would like to make a motion that we appoint Dr. Alvin Harris as the Ward 6 School Board Representative.
Okay.
Second.
I have a motion and a second.
Likewise, I make a motion to appoint John Osborne, Ward 6 School Board.
As a substitute motion? Okay, a substitute motion comes first. Do I have a second for the substitute motion?
Second.
I have a second. All right. Substitute motion is voted on first. This is for John Alsbrook. Start with Dr. Johnson.
Nay.
Aye. Nay.
Nay.
Abstain.
And aye. Motion doesn't carry. All right. Second motion is for Dr. Alvin Harris. Start with the vote.
Aye.
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 Nay.
Nay. Neither party prevails. So that brings us to what I was suggesting earlier. We can keep doing this, but I don't think we're going to have a different answer. I think our council has always gotten along pretty well, but we have not come to consensus one way or the other on these votes. We're so far apart. I would hope that we could come closer together by bringing this to a new nomination process. Do I have any
Mr. Mayor, may I
Discussion?
say something in
Yes.
discussion? I reached out to both candidates' supporters, and I gave an opportunity because all we had was a very brief interview where we each got to ask maybe 3 questions each of the candidates. And I wanted to get a better understanding as well as get more information from the candidates as to why they felt as though I should vote for them. Because it seemed that I was the vote that was missing, you might say. Well, we don't know how Mr. Grizzard or Councilman Grizzard would have voted. However, it was split, and I didn't want to give anyone an unfair advantage, so I reached out to the supporters of each candidate, and I made a request that if they would like, they're more than welcome to meet with me and tell me why they think I should vote for them. Well, only one candidate felt as though I was worthy of contacting. And I will have to say that in seven elections that I've been in, people have come up to me and said, the reason I voted for you was because you came to my house and you asked me for my vote. And I told them I appreciate it, but I think that we should ask for your vote if we want your vote. So I feel the same way in regards to these candidates. If these candidates wanted my vote, the least they could have done was ask, can we have a cup of coffee and talk about it so I can let you know why I think, you should support me in this position. Again, only one candidate reached out to me, and that was Mr. Albrook. So I appreciate him doing that, and I support the mayor's recommendation that we try to find somebody that we can find a majority vote on.
Sure.
Thank you all for all of that. We did have 2 wonderful interviews, in my opinion, where a substantial amount of information was given from both of the candidates. The reason why I chose to support Dr. Harris is because when he was asked particularly in the interview, did both of his children graduate from Franklin High School, he said that one of them did and one of them did not. And my follow-up question was, sir, well, what did you do when you decided that public school education was kind of going down the drain in your eyesight? And he said, my wife and I and a group of other people started the Black Achievers. And that was one of the most phenomenal programs that Franklin City Public Schools, in my opinion, has ever seen. That generation and group of individuals have become very successful. We heard from 2 people the night of the public hearing who came forth and said they were benefactors of that program. Dr. Harris continues to support the school system with or without his name being in lights. It was also brought to my attention that some councilmen were gambling for the vote to say, hey, well, what's in it for me? I don't think when it comes to our children, we need to gamble anything. I think that this was a very important decision. Dr. Harris serves on multiple boards and knows how to conduct himself in a professional manner. And whether people agree or disagree, that's how I felt, and that's why I decided to support him. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Thank you, Ms. Banks. I just feel that Dr. Harris, a great man, I don't have anything against him. His performance as a substitute teacher was horrific. That's why I'm leaning toward the law school. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. So we have 2 choices. We can move the vote again to the 10th, or we have 3 choices, I'm sorry. Move the vote to the 10th. We can ask the circuit court to appoint somebody, or we can open for nominations a second time.
I would like to see the circuit court appoint someone. I don't trust this council, unfortunately, to do that.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes.
So I've done a little bit. I haven't done a lot on that. My understanding is that the circuit court appointment is for elected officials when the elected school board is deadlocked for an interim appointment, they can then do that. I don't think that that's an option for this city council. That's an interim appointment when they're elected officials. So, for example, if the school board itself were appointing a member to their own board and they couldn't come up with a person, they could then go and ask the circuit court. I don't think that's an option. I will look it up and bring it back to you, but I don't think that's an option. So I just wanted to let you all know that in the event that,
My
you know,
mistake then.
yeah.
I think they've done that in the past once. Was that a different position?
That was for a council member.
That's for council
Yes.
member. I'm sorry.
I'm listening to what is going on, and basically, we need to go back on the 10th and really get serious about what we're doing, because this is essential for our children. The kids are at stake here. No one else, no groups, yay or nay. That's not what it's about. We were elected to take care of business. We need to do our job. We're not asking no court to do anything. This is on us. The buck stops here. So we need to get it together and do what we need to do and move forward.
All right.
So
So
if
you're,
both gentlemen are upstanding, or, you know, traditionally, we have always gone with the ward person's decision nomination.
That's correct.
I mean, I don't understand why it was different this time, when to me, both were good candidates, but clearly one was endorsed by the ward representative. So I don't understand what changed this time or this go around. I don't know if it was for selfish gain, selfish reasons, not sure why all of a sudden. And Councilman McLemore always says, you know, he supports whomever ward that, you know, the person is in. So now we renege. I have text messages from councilmen in my phone saying that they will support the candidate of my choice, and now it's reneging. Unfortunately, I don't trust this council, because clearly people can say one thing one day and the next be deterred. It's sickening, honestly.
Mr.
Wow.
Kitchen.
All right, sir, I don't know who you're referring to, Ms. Banks, but you have your opinion. Okay, good. I don't think we can just disregard Mr. Grizzly because he can't be here. I don't know why we're putting it off again. But I'm gonna go along with Dr. Johnson, November the 10th. Let's stop kicking the can down the street. Whoever gets it, let's put it into it.
Okay.
My name has been mentioned, and I'd like to address a couple of things. One is, you talked about traditionally. Well, some of us haven't been up on this council long enough to make appointments to school boards. So I have said for the longest, for years, that it should be a decision that the person whose ward it is, their decision should carry more weight, even to the extent of them having a veto. If they don't want that person representing their ward, I think that they shouldn't have to be forced to do that. But unfortunately, the council has never seen it my way. So this time, because the council person has made a selection, she brings up that I said that I support whoever that council person wants. I do. But in this particular case, it has not been tradition to do that. So I don't see why we need to start the tradition now, because when I asked the candidate, Ms. Banks brought up the interviews. She said we had 2 extensive interviews. Those 2 interviews were with the 2 candidates, and each of us were able to ask the candidate, maybe I was generous when I said 3 questions each. So I only got to ask 3 questions, and when I asked Mrs. Banks' candidate, why do you want to serve on the school board? They could not give me a straight answer as to why they should serve on the school board. They started telling a story. So as far as I'm concerned, I was not willing to write them off with that. I gave them another opportunity Ms. Banks said she has text messages. Well, she has one I sent her. And I told her that I agreed to meet. I could read it to you verbatim. I said to her, I agreed to meet with Mr. Allport to discuss his appointment to the school board. I would recommend that your candidate would do the same. So that I was not doing anything behind anyone's back to give Mr. Harris another opportunity to tell me why I should vote for him to be on our school board.
Okay, that's enough. I think
So-
you got- let's not have any
But
crosstalk.
I didn't interrupt her.
Well, I'm not
So
trying
I
to-
can
just
wrap it
think
up.
your point
All I'm
is made.
saying is when you call my name out and talk about what I did and talk about text messages, I should have a right to explain.
I think point taken. All right, I think we have a motion, no, we have a motion to, I don't,
You made the motion, it was seconded by Councilman.
okay, I can't even remember what, to
Your motion was to reopen nominations.
to reopen, no, that's right, I'm sorry, we had, we're in that discussion. All right. I have a motion and a second. We've had discussion. I'll take the vote. To reopen nominations, yes or no?
On the 10th.
I have a question. What are we opening renominations for when we have two people?
Well,
I mean, that's confusing to me.
so you can vote no then?
I think what I understood him to say is that on the 10th, the next council meeting,
That's
we
what I
would take
said.
a vote again.
That's what I said.
And if we can't
was-
do it then,
that's
we
what-
would looking at new people.
You said it in your
Yeah.
comment, you did say it in your comments, but I put a motion on the floor and it was seconded. You can vote against it. It won't hurt my feelings, just,
Aren't you the chair, Mr.
yes,
So why are you making a motion?
I have the legal right to make a motion. I have the legal right to make a motion.
Ah, have mercy.
So you can vote against it, or you can vote for it, which is your vote?
Mr. Johnson,
I
you
don't
can
know
make a
what I'm voting
substitute
for.
motion. You can make a
You can
substitute.
make a substitute motion.
Well, I'll make a substitute motion that we vote, that we re-vote on the 10th
Okay.
of November.
We have a motion, we have a second. All right, any discussion on that one? Okay, take the vote.
Aye.
Nay.
Aye.
And I'll agree with you on that, which kills my motion, doesn't it? That kills my motion. And I'm perfectly fine with that. Okay. All right, so we'll try again on the 10th. City manager's report. Let's have some more good news.
Okay, we have quite a bit of it tonight, so please bear with me. The first I would like to appreciate your patience with is to make a star performer recognition for Miss Lois Patton in our Department of Finance. The nomination of an employee for a Star Performer Award, as many of you know, may come from a citizen, a colleague, or a supervisor or department head. Ms. Lois Panton, who is the accounts payable technician in the finance department, you've heard her also complimented during the audit presentation by Director DeLine for all of her contributions to the audit, but she was proudly nominated by her colleague, Ms. Michelle Booth. During a period of transition and short staffing, Lois has been an invaluable asset to the finance department, she wrote. She willingly took on additional responsibilities, many of which were outside of her official role, and her efforts directly contributed to the department's continued success. Despite facing unfamiliar tasks, Lois made it a priority to ensure that all necessary information for our FY24 audit was submitted to the auditors accurately and on time. She took the initiative to learn and adapt, stepping into duties typically performed by a financial accountant, all while continuing to fill her role as an accountant's payable technician. She saw a need and met it, demonstrating both dedication and initiative. We are grateful for her commitment and commend her for going above and beyond. Ms. Panton could not be with us tonight, but in her absence, would ask that we have our gratitude for her and our thoughts tonight.
Do we need a vote on that?
I do not, sir. I believe it's just an update that one of our team members was nominated for a Star Performer Award.
Very good.
All right. Moving on to upcoming events and announcements. On October 25th, 5th, November 5th, and November 22nd. We have Fall Line Dancing with Sheena. It's a free program at the MLK Center. On November 8th, we have the DTMF Family and Friends Thanksgiving Dinner from 2 to 4 p.m. I'm sorry, I don't have a location listed for that, but I can get that up.
DTMF?
Thank you.
Say it again, say it again.
Down the Middle Foundation.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. What is that? What is the Down the Middle Foundation?
It is a nonprofit spearheaded by Darnell Lee II that focuses on athletics and for youth, particularly baseball, softball, leagues.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
From November 17th to December 5th, we'll ask our downtown businesses to be by. We have our downtown window decorating contest, which is we judge by our Parks and Rec department. On November 22nd, we have crafts at Storehouse from 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Saturdays, again through November. We have the Franklin's Market on Main Heritage Market. I'm sorry, that's the piece that's Saturdays through November from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. December 4th, we have the Elf Parade and Tree Lighting Ceremony, and December 5th, the Christmas Parade. This year's theme is the Whoville / the Grinch. Obviously, you can tell by this list, Parks and Rec is very busy right now, so a big thank you to them for all that they're carrying forward for our city. Mr. Mayor, with that, that's concludes my agenda.
Okay. Yes, Parks and Rec has done a beautiful job for us.
Mayor,
Yes,
we go to 2025-80 grant for the police department.
yes,
We did.
we did. All right, and it was it was approved. Boards and commissions, anybody? Okay. No pending items, council comments. Dr. Johnson?
I would just like to say that we went to the VML convention, and that was a good convention. We worked on some things, and we'll get some more information to you, but because they had to put it online and get it to us. And at the convention, I was nominated as vice chair of the city section, which covers all of the cities, smaller cities in the Commonwealth of Virginia. And we're working to work with cities to develop growth and development for them.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, and as always, I would say we need to stay focused and unify ourselves in the community, working together, because Franklin is a great city. We need to work out all of the kinks and move forward, because Franklin is a great city and we want to keep it that way. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Kitchen?
I'm going to ask the mayor if he could have Carl Heck at the next meeting to answer some questions, because I don't think he's been really forthcoming in answering our questions so far.
I think we can probably work, he's out of town today, so he couldn't be here today, but I understand that, yeah. That's great. Yeah, we can ask him to do that. Ms. Banks? Okay, Mr. Copeland? Mr. Backmore?
I would like to thank, I noticed that we have a couple of citizens from Ward 3 in the house tonight, and I'd like to thank them for coming out and let you know that I will be having a Ward 3 ward meeting on November 12th at the Franklin Library. Also, it was brought to my attention, and I hope that this council will consider forming some sort of a committee that will follow up with the hospital so that we can keep our citizens abreast of what the situation is in regards to a potential hospital closing, because we're kind of in the dark and we don't know what's going to happen, so we can't really educate our citizens about what's going on. So I think that that's something that this body should consider, and the city manager can take the lead on that. And finally, I want to say that I look forward to us resolving this situation with the school board, because as Councilman Johnson has said, It's very important. And I have given this, as I have spoken to so many people, I've actually went out and out the way as recently as tonight, asking citizens how they feel about this. And I would urge people to take in consideration that when we move on this school situation, it takes time for a school board to gel with one another. And when you go making drastic changes, it affects the children the most. And we need to take in consideration those children. I said that our school did not reach a cliff and fall off to be the bottom in the Commonwealth. It took time for that school to get there where we're at. And it's going to take substantial time to correct it. We can't go out tomorrow and plant an apple seed and expect to pull apples off the tree next year. It takes time. So I hope that you will take these things into consideration as you lobby us for our votes, as many of you have done. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. McElmore. I would echo some of what you've just said, but the school board needing to work together, and things don't happen overnight. I did not recognize Mr. Bob Holt, member of our school board, is in the audience tonight. Thank you for being here. As Dr. Johnson mentioned, he, myself, and city manager went to the Virginia Municipal League conference in Roanoke this past 2 weeks ago, and had a wonderful training, wonderful opportunity to meet people from other places. I congratulate you, Dr. Johnson, and your vote to be our new vice chairman, and that puts you up there for the chairmanship the following year. So I don't think I've ever been to a conference that everything was 100%. All the speakers we had, all of the presentations we had were absolutely top notch. It was a good learning experience. Mr. McElmore, on your Ward 3 meeting on the 12th of November, what time will that be?
At 6 p.m. at the Franklin Library.
Okay, thank you very
and
much.
I would like the city manager to try to be there.
And in reference to the hospital closing, I'm worried about that as well. We both attended one presentation on that in the past. We know we won't see the pain of this until after the 2026 election, so a year from now, and then beyond, because that's when the big changes take place after the election. But we do want to keep in touch with the hospital and watch that as it moves forward. Our next city council meeting will be, as we've said several times, November the 10th, right here. And with that, I'd like to call for an adjournment. Have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion to adjourn. Any dissension? No dissension? I'll take that as a yay from everybody. Thank you very much. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, we did. We most certainly did. I read it.